Hello and welcome to Respect the Crit. I'm your host, Ian Duncan. My pronouns are he, him, any. I am playing Ruby Weapon, the charismatic drag icon. And I am joined by some wonderful people, some really great friends. Please welcome Jamie Lee-Bonés.
Hello, I am Jamie, she, her, and today I will be playing Jewel Stone, also she, her, the martial artist.
And also please welcome Alex Herrera.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'll be playing Artanis Rinn. I think I am a human male private security, right? I forget the other stuff.
It's not as long as the Star Wars thing.
No,
Commando, tough hero.
Commando. Was that the one?
Tough hero.
Tough hero.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. Sure, I believe Xavier. That's what I am.
And Susan Spenader.
Hi, I'm Susan, she, her. I'll be playing Elysia Valerius, the human female Shinra battlefield medic.
And to take us through this wonderful world of Final Fantasy VII, please welcome our... Oh shoot, it's not Game Master, it's... What is it?
Your MK. Materia Keeper.
Our Materia Keeper, Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes.
It's me. Hello, everybody.
me.
It's always a pleasure to be back. This time with a special, limited time only, gravelly, sick voice.
Yes.
And I'm planning on making the most of it.
Thank you all for bearing with us, listening to our gravelly, snotty voices while we all get over some kind of various crud.
Yeah, mine's probably just lack of sleep, I think, is what mine is. I don't know if it's anything serious. I hope it's not. We don't have germs in this house.
All our health's in the toilet, and it shouldn't be. Health's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't need it.
Health? What does that mean?
Well, speaking of health, we got our HP levels high. We got our MP levels locked and loaded. Why don't we jump into this game? What do you say?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's go.
Woo.
Xavier, please take us away.
We open the scene and we're looking at the ocean. It's a nice sunny day. There's just a few clouds in the sky to kind of give it some texture. And it's high noon, or a little past high noon. Like the golden notes of the sun reflect on the waves, and then whoosh, an animal, a marine mammal, breaks the surface. A dolphin twirls in the air and plunges back into the ocean. And the camera begins to pull back. And we hear a small whistle behind us, trying to call and attract the attention of that distant dolphin. We enter in the shadow cast by the city built above. We zoom by a highly dangerous electric-powered structure that just shoots up into the airport above. We hear the buzzing of that high voltage, and then we make it on the shoreline, and we move past a small girl about 10 years old with her grandfather teaching her how to use that whistle and to call out to the distant sea animals as the camera moves up the stone stairs, and we go back through the small houses of the village, all in this kind of gloomy shadow right at high noon. And we find Artie leaving a small house, shaking hands with the owners and leaving after eating a hearty meal. Up above in the city of Junon, the rest of the party are three girls. After a long session of meditation and trying to help Elysia, everyone from the party, either down below or up above, they all have something to process. The mood is heavy, and it weighs on all our heroes. And there's one thing, and one thing only, that can help process grief, despair, and I call it A shopping montage.
Yeah.
Pump up the 80s music.
Yeah.
The three girls up top and Artie down below. Artie was kind of like scouting the small houses for a general store. And up there, we got the three girls just going up and down all the elevated streets, finding all the shops, trying to, like, going inside those 3 stories high buildings and going to the shop at the 3rd floor, going through everything. And it's all these sites of strangely built convenience store like tiny places with these open areas with guns lined up on very bright display cases. And then the other shop will be just in a small ventilation closet with a very cramped desk, and this old man sells Ruby these silver glasses. And then they'll go down a flight of stairs, and they'll zoom past a bar and into a weapons shop. And at the end of that shopping spree, you're all coming out of there with, I picture like your hands full with paper, like bags of all sorts. And you're not just buying weapons and materia, you're also buying just like shoes and a new scarf and souvenirs.
There's like
and stuff like that.
Sunglasses on top of sunglasses.
Yeah. And did anybody like buy anything of note throughout this day?
Yeah.
Just listing off
I got
any new additions to your inventories.
I got these lovely fans that actually Elysia fronted me some cash for, because Ruby was a little short.
Didn't front, bought you a gift.
Yeah, bought a gift. Yeah, these gorgeous fans. They're translucent. They catch the light, so there's like rainbow and sparkle to them, and they look very fragile, but they're hard as diamonds. Oh, and I got a couple of drugs too, of course, naturally. I got some echo grass because nobody silences Ruby weapon, and some tranquilizers, just to like mellow things out, on top of a bunch of other like knickknacks and tchotchkes and sunglasses and things like that.
And Elysia was feeling very generous and also got Jewel a present, which she was very excited for. She now has some mithril talons, which are like these gloves that sort of Wolverine out into these blades. So she's feeling very badass right now, and also has a ton of little items that she got from the general store too.
And Elysia, I guess when she was at the potion shop, just basically put an arm down a shelf and knocked it all into a bag.
Will this fix me?
Yes, because I did the classic Final Fantasy move and bought every potion you can and as many as you can.
We got a lot of perfumes too.
Oh.
We bought some amber, some very
Ambers,
delicious
of course.
ambers. Yes.
Yes.
I love that the shops are basically like we could buy all of these like fun frilly frou-frou stuff and then like mall ninja weapons. Basically, you know what I mean?
It's very true.
Oh, nunchucks, sweet.
Yeah. Scorpion knife? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, down in under Junon, Artie finally found a small house that serves as the village's general store. You pick up anything there?
Yeah, so Artanis, wandered about. Retail therapy is not really his thing, but he heard from Ruby and Jewel about it, and he thought, now is probably the best time to try it out. Then he realized he put himself in a bad place because he's like under Junon. He's not in Junon proper to do some retail therapy. But he tried. Finally, he found the general store. And he got himself a potion, because he's tired if they get another fight and he's by himself, he doesn't have anyone to heal him. He's going to have to take care of himself down here. And in the same realm of possibilities, a possible fight by himself, he thought, what better safety method or precaution can be taken other than purchasing a live grenade.
Single live grenade that was on that shelf.
I can envision like an old man, just completely hunched like the letter C but facing downwards in his shop, and already looking around and saying, well, how much for the live round here?
That's 80 gil, young man.
Well, better to be prepared, I always say. And he hands him whatever the amount is, and he picks up a grenade looking like, I didn't think I'd find a store outside of Midgar that carries high-powered explosives. This is pretty refreshing, to be honest. And just casually puts it in his coat pocket. Like, no worries, no cares. It's a live freaking grenade.
I see you have experience with explosives. Good. Caution. I love this. They're just leftovers from the war.
I've handled them. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I have been around live ammunition.
Okay.
Just gives the old man a nod and walks out like,
yeah,
very odd, but yeah, I'm not gonna question it. This guy's got live explosives. I'm ready to do it.
I've seen him in a movie once or twice. So
I drew a grenade in my second grade school book once. That counts.
And so you find yourself in the streets of Under Junon with a grenade in one hand and then like a red orb of materia in the other one. What's lingering in your mind right now is those letters you've read and the fact that Kenton has been killed by Shinra. And he seemed to be on a mission before being killed. And in the last act of hubris, he overstretched himself and got himself killed.
Yeah, and I remember he mentioned the name Wallace, right? That was...
Yeah. Wallace was a coworker or an acquaintance from the mithril mines in the east where old Tracy was making some like body shop repairs and like just mechanic work for the mines. And Kenton was the delivery boy, basically, who would drive the truck over there and deliver them some just like parts, motors, just like repairs on equipment they need. And he met this Wallace fella over there, and they seemed to be like-minded in their quest to stick it to Shinra, basically. And Wallace extended an offer to Kenton because the miners owed Wallace a favor. And he said, tell them to give you a ride to Calm, and then we can go to Midgar together. And Kenton, well, his mission was to deliver a piece of hardware, a small like data disk, portable drive that came from Shinra, and he said he was going to deliver it to a contact to decrypt it.
And that's what I have in my possession now is the thumb drive.
There we go. And this is where you stand. Kenton's plan was to hike through the mountains, and Wallace's suggestion was to just ask for a ride.
So I think Artie knows he can't do this by himself. He doesn't, but at the same time, he doesn't want to get the girls involved because, I mean, this is supposed to be a trip for them, right? But part of him would have rather had Kenton reach out to him for help as opposed to try and do this on his own. So he's finding himself to be in a really weird kind of situation where his mind's telling him, hey, go ask for help. Don't do this by yourself. But the other part of him is like, I can't get them involved because this is pretty dangerous. So he's kind of pacing slowly, and as he's doing this, he's going to be fiddling with the two pieces of the two orbs, that the purple and the red materia that he found, with the peacemaker, the weapon that he had. And he's going to see the slots, and he's going to just kind of fiddle with the purple one, put it in, see if it does anything to him. I mean, I'm not sure what materia feels like when it's slotted into weapons for somebody, but I would imagine the ancients, or what the live stream itself fills you with the knowledge of, like, you just innately know how this works.
Exactly. New knowledge comes in.
Yeah.
And then you're like, ooh, the secret art of counterattack.
And he's like, yeah, this one will be very useful. And he looks at the red one, and he gets kind of scared. He's like, I don't know what this could be. He's gonna slot it in. It's very slowly. Just like put it in the gun. And I would imagine the knowledge of the live stream fills his mind very quickly, very briefly, with the image of the horned armored rider on a, believe it's 6-legged horse.
That is correct. You see a full moon and a small hill crested in front of it. And you hear the 6 hooves beating the earth as the silhouette comes from behind the hill. And you see this horned rider holding this massive curved greatsword in one hand. And the horse rears back as the image pulls back. And there you see him, Odin atop Sleipnir.
Quickly comes back to reality. Okay. That's a little more firepower. And he shakes his head. I need to. Whispering to himself, I should ask for help. I should ask the girls. He looks back towards the elevator and not fast, but casually walks towards the lift to get back to Junon proper.
Meanwhile, up top, shopping is exhausting. It is for me. So like at some point you stop for like bubble tea or something.
Oh yeah, we stop at a bakery because importantly we have to get key lime pie for Artie.
I forgot about that.
And striking conversation or like reflecting on the day so far, especially for you, Elysia. You're still very tired. You still have your 3 levels of exhaustion, you know.
Yeah.
But the one thing you're piecing together is that like it's being in the city that's causing you this. It was that in Midgar. The only moment of respite you found was that half hour in the plane, high in the sky between the 2 cities. And this is the only time that just like you felt that weight just being lifted from you. And a thought occurs that just like the countryside or like fresh air, just taking a walk around, like not being in a city might help, especially a Mako powered city. Can you roll me a history or social sciences?
Yeah.
With advantage for you.
6.
Yeah, with advantage because you would most likely know this.
I got an 18 plus 6.
In Canada, we call that a 24.
A Canadian 24.
In America, we don't have good schooling, so we don't know.
We fire a gun at it and then park a car on top of it.
Oh,
America.
never change.
No, we have to change.
We have to.
Please help us change.
It's kind of a problem.
It starts with metric. I'm telling you.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, well, with that 24, it doesn't take... You probably knew this already. It doesn't strike you now, but you're thinking about it now. But Junon is also powered by a Mako reactor. It's just that this one is underwater. It's not right there in your face. Just like below the surface of the sea, you have another Mako reactor. It's a pretty powerful one, too, at that. And not only that, but it powers the cannon that is right in the middle of the city. So you have all of these huge tubes running along not only like just like the infrastructure of the city, but up to just like the cannon where it stores Mako to shoot. And so the city, if anything, you're closer to Mako than you've ever been. Like just like living your day-to-day life than you would be in Midgar, because reactors are kind of like separated from population with walls and everything.
So Elysia, a character, would probably think of that and then think just a few weeks, one of her first assignments after being released from the hospital was easy duty, which was guard duty of a reactor, and how that didn't work out, and that's why they sent her here. So it just probably after the shopping trip, walking back to the spa, I think I have a clear head now that we've been shopping, and I think I need to get out of the city.
Where would you go?
I don't, maybe just for a little bit, maybe a walk. Or the only time that I felt any sort of relief this last 2 months was when we were in the plane. Far outside of Midgar, far away from here. But I could almost feel it now. Just... the voices, they just get louder anytime we're near Mako-powered object.
I sort of like look down at any of the materia that I've got in my stuff and just kind of like push it into my purse a little more. So, and I'm kind of like looking at Jewel. Would you just go by yourself, or do you have any camping equipment? I mean, it's full of monsters. It's not exactly safe.
Yeah, I just...
Bandits, thieves, little ninjas running around trying to steal stuff out of your pockets.
We just got all this new stuff. You don't want to lose your new stuff.
Mm-hmm. You'll be a target.
I mean, if I could just get outside and find somewhere safe, maybe just to get one night of sleep. Or even just an hour where the voices aren't screaming.
Okay, well, how long? I mean, we're only here for we only get a limited amount of time here, right?
You got the day.
Yeah, so it's like we've got to check out at 11 anyway, right? Jewel, you have any experience roughing it?
Not really. I mean, we could give it a go. I wouldn't want you to go by yourself. That's for sure.
That's the most important thing, yeah.
I bet Artie has... He seems like rough and tumble, sort of outdoorsy, had to live on his own type. Maybe he could help us.
Yeah, he's serving the grizzled daddy kind of thing for sure, yeah. Why don't we do that? Enjoy your bubble tea, and we'll wait for our friend Artie to come back. We'll talk to him and see... Oh, actually, let me just give him a call. I forgot we have cell phones in this world. Let me just give him a call. Let me just ring him up. I dial Artanis. Ring, ring.
Yeah, Artie, as you're kind of looking at this closed door with no one outside to let you in, you kind of got hands on your hips, shaking your head, and then your PHS rings off.
Yeah, answers it. Hello.
Artie, are you done with your business? With whatever it is you're doing?
Yeah, Ruby.
Yes, this is Ruby.
Funny story. I'm kind of stuck. He catches himself. Yeah, I'll tell you all about it. But first,
stuck in a hole or something?
No, not nothing that serious. More. I took a lift to the lower section of Junon.
You're on speakerphone, by the way.
Oh, hi. Hello.
Hi, Artie.
Jewel,
Hi, Artie.
Hey, stranger.
This is Elysia. We met her in the spa. She's a lot of fun.
We met on the plane and talked for a bit.
Oh, headache. Yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah.
She's our new sugar mama.
What do you mean by that?
Don't worry, you have not been replaced.
Yeah, don't worry.
I wasn't till now. What is going on? No. One problem at a time. First things first. Ruby, I took a lift to the lower sections of Junon and I'm stuck. I need you to find the service elevator that leads most supplies and Shinra equipment down to lower Junon.
Okay.
There's going to be a security guard there. He's kind of an a-hole, but I have no doubts that you'll be able to convince him to let you ride the elevator down, take me back up to the top.
Got it. Don't even worry about it. How'd you get down yourself?
I kind of spooked the fella, so you're gonna have to play more honey than vinegar with this one.
I understand. All right. Well, I guess we're on our way. We need to talk with you too. We were thinking, since we have an early checkout and we don't really have a way of getting home, our new friend here was thinking about
a camping trip.
Yes, a little daycation outside, camping under the stars, that kind of thing. Wondering if you had any experience with that, lighting fires and being intense.
I mean, looking at my skills here, I've survived outside for fun. I have done a bit of camping here and there. I mean, they kind of taught me basic survival skills when I was part of the security force. It was kind of an optional training you could take. I was just basically looking for an excuse to, see the sky and the stars as opposed to staying underneath the plate, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. Well, don't worry about it. Well, one thing at a time. We're on our way. Don't you worry. We'll get you an elevator.
Oh, all right.
Do you need anything else?
Yeah, for some reason I've just been, and pardon me if I'm being presumptuous, girls, but I've just had a hankering for a nice piece of key lime pie, something sweet. I've recently made some well, I'll tell you all about it when you get down here, but some acquaintances down here have fed me a hearty meal, and they weren't big on dessert, but they're really good with, really good feeling foods.
Baby, we got you covered. See you in a few.
All right.
Jewel, grab the pie and
Got it.
get your lids for your cups, girls, because we have an elevator to find.
Oh, yeah, I didn't tell them where it is.
Elysia, it strikes you, and you don't have to mention it, but as a member of the Shinra security forces, you can absolutely just hail a B-1 Alpha helicopter ride to bring you down directly outside of Junon.
Oh my god, I'm totally
There's something
gonna...
you can do.
Okay, so while you guys do that, I'm just going to she's gonna put her lid on her cup and be like, as you guys are getting ready, don't worry about it. Let me just pop back to the barracks. I'm gonna go. I'll take care of it. Well, I'll get us down there.
Okay.
What did we do without you, Elysia?
Yeah. You're our new best friend.
It's just good to have friends.
That breaks Ruby's heart. Like, she doesn't say anything, but she's just like, oh, God.
But what I'm grabbing is I'm just grabbing my military outfit and putting it in my pack just in case, because it seems like they have a lot of interactions with Shinra, so my military outfit might help this group in some way.
Do you take out any just like military equipment, anything else, like big guns, armor, like large armor or stuff like that, or not for this camping trip?
No.
Because you could. Basically, you have free access to like anything.
I will say maybe on my way back I just popped by the store and I already put in my inventory. I grabbed 2 tents because now we're camping.
Nice.
I direct Jewel and Ruby to a big empty area and don't tell them what's about to happen. And then a helicopter lands in front of them.
Ruby's like,
Jewel.
Ruby grabs her big hat. It's just like blowing everywhere.
Jewel is holding on to this piece of key lime pie for dear life.
As it's coming down even, she'll be like, and that's our ride. Like screaming above the blades.
Hello, listeners. Thank you for joining me in the mid-roll. Gonna be a short one. Don't have a ton to relay to you all. This is just a reminder to go ahead and check our episode notes. We have a lot of important information and links in there, typically, including ways which you can be proactive in a progressive way, credits and links to platforms for all the talented people that have graciously allowed us to use their music, and of course our little socials if you want to follow us around the internet to listen to the stupid stuff we have to say. Also, there are a couple of podcast awards for actual play podcast and streaming content that are coming up in this year 2024. So if you've ever been looking for a way to support the show or thought, is there any way that I can support this show somehow or show my support somehow, consider nominating us for one of those. There's one called the Crit Awards and the Any Awards also. We've got links to those nomination documents in our show notes. So yeah, and we have such a variety of things that we've done, different systems, different genres, different stories. So if there's one that really caught you or that you really, really enjoyed, or one of us that GM'd something that you really thought was wonderful, go ahead and scratch our names in there. Obviously, we're doing this because we love it, but, you know, it would be cool to snatch a trophy or two. Not gonna lie. Because that would really help. Honestly, word of mouth is the best way for people to know about the show. And we really rely on you listening and telling people about it to do just that, to grow the show and to get people to know about it. Word of mouth is the best way. You know, we can do social media into the void for as much as that's worth. But honestly, it always comes down to making something that you enjoy so much that you want to share it with other people and share it with the people that you think would enjoy it. All that can do is help grow our amazing community that we've built here and that we're building. And looking forward, it is looking like we're going to be doing some giveaways for our Call of Cthulhu campaign, which will be coming up in a couple of months. Still kind of working out the details about that, and probably nothing as involved as the giveaways we did for our Fallout Evergreen campaign, but we like to give some prizes to our listeners. We like to make them feel special, and yeah, if you got a chance to win some physical copies or digital copies of a game that is fun to play, I mean, you can't lose with that, right? You just can't lose with that. So be sure to check here in the mid-roll for more information about all of that stuff. Be sure to check our show notes on whatever platform you're listening to this on. And as always, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And I hope that you're enjoying our Final Fantasy VII story. Speaking of our Final Fantasy VII story, let's get back into it.
The pilot just gestures to come on in. They recognize you, and yeah, you board that helicopter.
We're looking for a grumpy older man. He has a very large gun.
The pilot's just looking at you, stuffing more and more like shopping bags in. And eventually, when you're all loaded up, you take off, and you take a very nice, like, it's just like a little up and down, but you just exit towards the ocean. And it's just this superb view of the ocean. And as the helicopter turns back around, you see the whole city of Junon and then the small village underneath it. And just like the coast and the mountains in the distance. And it's just beautiful. It's green. You've never seen that much like greenery. Just like fields of just tall grass, and you see like these wild monsters or animals just like in the sky or running about. You see wild chocobo in the distance just like running in flocks. And eventually the helicopter just drops you off just outside the city, which garners some attention from townsfolk.
Oh, I make an entrance out of it then, if people are watching.
Okay, well, if you do look like a celebrity showing up, maybe you have a lot of like people gawking. And there's this lady even that'll come, this like a little older lady, like early 50s probably, a little stern look on her face, and she'll kind of like wait with her arms crossed in front of the tiny crowd that gathered and wait for the helicopter to depart. And like under that like wind and noise is like who are you?
I look over to Ruby because you are the center of attention in any situation.
I'm trying to be anytime I can. Yeah, Ruby stands at her full like 6'9" in extra emphasized in heels, and extends her hand out. Ruby Weapon. And who are you?
Name's Rhonda. I'm the mayor sheriff of this here town. Are you some sort of celebrity? You're welcome to spend in our establishments. But if you're here for a picture, you need permits before. You can't just shoot here, okay? I've talked to your peoples already.
Oh, we're not filming anything or doing any photo shoots this time. Thank you so much for welcoming us, though. We're actually just looking for a friend of ours. Maybe you've seen him. His name is Artanis. He's kind of a grizzled-looking older gentleman, big gun.
She furrows her eyebrows a little bit, looks around at the people next to her who heard that description. They don't seem to know. Turns back around. There's like this an older, short, like stocky old man, kind of just like putting some boxes of equipment in like the bed of a truck, like a flatbed of a truck. Putting some equipment. He's like, "Hey, Tracy, you know of an Artanis?" And then Tracy, that we know, us, the audience know, lifts his head up. He kind of like keeps putting equipment on his truck. "Oh yeah. He was just over. Lucy made him her special stew. We just had dinner together. He's somewhere roaming around town. I think he's stuck at the elevator door."
Elevator. That's where he is. We've got to go there.
Thank you so much, everyone. Tracy and Mayor, it's been a pleasure. And Ruby walks confidently in a direction that she does not know where the elevator is, but just like walks, like runway walks away from them, like serving the runway, walking the runway.
Road.
Yeah. Oh, she's practiced though in heels, baby.
Yeah. Just mentioning.
She got this down. And I'll roll whatever you need me to roll to prove it.
No roll needed, baby. Eventually you do meet.
Yeah, Artanis is very surprised to see them. Whoa. And he points back to the elevator. How did you...
We got a ride from Elysia.
A ride? What do you mean?
In a helicopter.
It was really cool.
It was so cool.
Okay, well...
We can get one for you, too. Elysia, can we get one? Can we get another ride?
And he puts his hands up. No, that's not necessary. I like to keep my feet on the ground.
You see her lifting her cell phone to call it back and then put it back down.
I prefer to keep my feet squarely planted on concrete, or in this case, cobblestone. Artanis is going to kind of look around, and like... You could tell he wants to say something, but like he's very nervous because Alicia's here. He's like, yeah, well, you know what? I might as well. I hope you all been having a good time in June, and I know it's. I told you it's for a vacation, and
oh, we have, yeah. Oh, here's your pie, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
Here you go.
Thank you. Well, the container's a little crumpled, but I take it this is partly due to the helicopter.
Yeah, it shouldn't affect the taste too much.
Of course not. Of course, he puts that in his coat pocket. Inventory. Boop, boop. Also
Next to the grenade.
Disappears. Yeah, right next to the grenade. I may have, and he looks squarely at Ruby when he says this. I may have brought us here under false pretense.
Okay, go on.
And it's not bad.
Wouldn't be the first time a man has brought me somewhere under false pretenses.
And he looks at Ruby, kind of like giving her like a raised eyebrow, like, come on.
They always say, "Oh, I know a place," and then they take you to a back alley in Junon.
No, it's not like that, Ruby. You know it's not like that. This is... I wouldn't do it unless it were serious, and it was serious. Still technically is very serious. It's just a friend of mine passed away, and I had hoped that he was still alive before getting here, but yeah. Things didn't work out that way. I'm a little late. My friend's name was Ken. He was a good boy, a bit younger than me. Saw me kind of as he kind of shuffles his feet when he says this. Kind of like an idol, I guess, or a mentor, whatever you want to call it. And the boy was talented. You know, very sharp, quick-witted, quick trigger finger as well, but he had a temper, and he wasn't a fan of Shinra. When I was security, I caught him, you know, doing typical ruffian business. I tried to keep him on the straight and narrow. eventually he left Midgar and moved here to Junon, and I figured he would possibly stay clear of trouble, but it just seemed like he was actually getting more nose deep into it. He was involved with some fella named Wallace, a gentleman who works or is involved with the mining place east of here. This is all new to me, but he was supposed to bring him something. It's a piece of tech. And not quite sure what it does, but I do know that he was very, very heavy into anti-Shinra business, so whatever it is, probably not great.
Ruby softens immediately when she hears all this. Oh, Artie, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that this trip meant so much to you. All these years, you never mentioned him.
I mean, you know, Rubes, it's kind of like I always saw it as a failure. The boy not really taken to law and order the way I did. But he was always in there, and he points to his head. He was always in the back. Yeah.
Well, that's not a failure on your part. You shouldn't blame yourself for that. People, they live their own lives and they make their own choices, and you have to allow them to do that, especially if they're people that you're helping and you're caring for.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I should have visited sooner. Maybe send more letters.
Don't play that game. Don't play that game. What do you need?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned taking a little expedition outside Junon proper. We actually have to head east. I'd like us to head east, and I don't want to do it alone.
You don't have to be alone, ever. You've got us. Right, Jewel?
That's what friends are for.
He kind of smiles. I don't like getting y'all involved in dangerous things, but then he looks at Jewel specifically. She's like ninja'd out, geared out.
She just extends her new hand.
Yeah, her claws. Yeah, he's like, but
Yeah,
I have a
claws,
feeling
talons.
that you're more than prepared.
We got this.
He'll look at Elysia. And you, new friend, I apologize for getting you involved in all this. Can't say that we're not a exciting bunch, though. You gotta give us that.
I just have one question. You said that your friend, and I'm sorry for your loss, you said that your friend wanted to stick it to Shinra. Is that your goal?
I can't lie and say I haven't thought of it in the past because of severed contracts. But these days I'm a man of peace. I'm not looking for problems. I just want to get some answers, is all. And if things are on the up and up, I don't believe I'll have any issues with the organization. However, and he'll go anime, like shadow face anime. You can't see his eyes, it's just the lower half of his mouth. If I find out that what some of the people here in Junon are saying is true, well then, I might have to revisit my feelings.
Good. I was hoping you'd say yes, but that's good enough. Count me in.
Oh.
Ruby looks
Okay.
really surprised. Yeah, she's like, okay, wow. We got a turncoat.
It could just be the screaming in her head. We don't know yet.
The forever migraines.
Voices told me.
Yeah. Artanis is going to look at Elysia. So, or Ruby and Elysia. I'm sorry, y'all said that you have a helicopter?
Well, Shinra.
Well, I mean, this doesn't have to be a foot travel, does it? I mean, it could be, depends how much these helicopters are how far they're willing to take us.
Elysia, you know that they're just like a taxi service for Junon.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
Yeah, they just take us upper and lower Junon.
Got it.
Not
Shuttle.
outside the city.
We
Shuttle
can go. We
service.
can go up though if you want. I mean, we left a lot of free stuff in the hotel room. We can all grab that before we leave.
I mean, this is a matter of urgency, Ruby, but
Okay.
we're not paying for fuel if you want to. If you really need the shampoos, the toiletries, and the towels.
I'll survive.
The robes were pretty comfy, but
Oh, yeah, you were asking me if I knew about hoofing it outside and surviving in the wilds. I do, as I mentioned, have training. And he looks at Jewel. Ain't nothing gonna be comfy about where we're staying out there, so I hope you enjoyed the room for however long you all had it.
I mean, I got these nice tents here.
Tents.
Shows brand new tents.
Disposable tents.
Oh yeah, tents. That's an item.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
It's okay. You can reuse it.
How many tents are out there in the world right now in the Final Fantasy VII world?
Oh my gosh.
Just
strewn
left.
about.
Yeah.
Jewel is gonna sort of look towards Ruby. I mean, we did have a good time. We did run into some not so great guests of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. Sybil, you remember that bitch Turk who tried to steal the materia from us a while ago? Or
Yeah.
was trying to claim that special materia? Yeah. Yeah, she's
Whoa.
on holiday, so keep your thighs peeled for her.
Sybil doesn't exactly do a lot of thigh peeling for me, but I get it. I've never known or heard of a Turk agent taking a vacation. That seems a little
Right?
off. Yeah, they're known for more interrogation and murder, from what I've been told.
And what are the chances that they would be at the same place that we are?
Right.
It's fishy to me.
Yeah, on second thought, maybe we can't go back up to get the freebies, Ruby. I think we should probably head out as soon as possible.
I'll survive. I've done it before.
Well, we should probably get going. We got some ground to cover. First thing Artanis is gonna do is gonna call the hotel. We're checking out. Using his PHS. Tell him, hey, checking out. We're not in the rooms anymore.
Are you sure you're leaving now?
Yeah, it's just too tempting to have all those peanuts and drinks there that aren't already been. I don't want to obtain any surcharges just for somebody opening the fridge on accident. I'm not a fan of those.
Have them forward some of my stuff. Have them forward some of my stuff back
How
to
much
Sector
would it
3.
cost to forward some the free items to Sector 3?
Sorry, you're breaking up, sir. Line cut.
I might be out of minutes.
Drops the burner in the trash can.
Have to pick up another one. Before we leave, I think Artie's going to ask if he can. He's going to go back to Tracy's house and ask him about these mines. Very briefly. Yeah. I don't want to. Obviously, I bring the group, but like I'd knock on the door and wait outside and have the discussion outside and not in like. I don't want to burden them, especially his wife. Try to feed everybody. Like, and that seems like it would cause a lot of mayhem. And Tracy's already kind of a. What's the word I'm looking for? Not ill-mannered, but like probably grumpy, a grumpy dude, from what I remember.
Sure. Yeah. And yeah, indeed, just like this little stumpy man opens the door, like really rough, big fingers. I remember I described him with like a wispy white goatee, kind of balding. And like, oh, hey, Artanis, what can I? Sorry, we're all out of stew. It's like looking over at the friends.
Yeah, no, that's fine, Tracy. I just I'm gonna try and figure out what exactly was going on with Kenton, and I'm bringing my friends along with me. And I'm just wondering, there's mention in some of these notes and letters about a mine to the east. Just wondering if you knew the best route to get there, the most direct route.
Well, that would be the main road. I'm driving there tomorrow. I have a delivery to make. You need a ride?
Well, yeah, that would be great, but I was kind of hoping to leave tonight.
I'll tell you what. Get yourself a nice spot at the inn just down the street. First light tomorrow morning. You won't have to take a single step, and we'll be on our way.
This inn wouldn't happen to have a special on rooms, would they?
No, it's just one big room.
Okay.
It's my friend Steve's house.
Oh, it's a house.
He kind of like converted it.
Got it. Gotcha. All right. Sounds
First
like a
house when you enter the town.
Sounds like a deal, Tracy. I think we'll do that. Thank you.
All right. I mean it. First light. I'm leaving. So get ready, sleep tight, and I'll see you there.
Okay. Now give it my handshake.
Yeah, it's a strong handshake.
I expect as much. Yeah, just
it's firm.
Yeah. I lead, or once the door closes, I turn around. I look at Elysia specifically. So I heard you're what they call a sugar mama.
We end the scene there. It has to end there. Like, that's so good. Just jump. Yeah.
The first light breaks through the curtains of your room, and in a sequence, like a small montage of everybody getting ready, like getting your tents together, like trying to break down the shopping bags to like gathering all the small tchotchkes from each big bag into like one duffel bag. You all get ready and you meet Tracy at his truck, and he's waiting for you at the exit of town, just outside of town, and he's there. He's got like a coffee. He's got like a bunch of like disposable coffee cups for everybody.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. Thank you.
I figured. So, okay, this is not a luxury bus I have to offer. There's 2 seats with me in the cabin, and then 2 of you are gonna be in the back with the machines. So find us. I made a nice spot for people to sit down and lean, but you'll get a nice view of the coast. So that should be good for everybody.
Boom! The cabin door slams and Ruby's already sitting in the.
Wait, no, Ruby. He said 2. Room
Let's
for 2.
go.
Elysia climbs in from the other door.
All right. He looks at Jewel. I guess it's me and you, kid, in the back.
Sounds good to me. I'm just excited.
You never seen a truck before?
She sips her coffee.
Oh no! Is this the first time she's had caffeine?
Oh shit!
All right. Well, we'll be on our way, and like he helps you, like he lifts you up on the flatbed. It's kind of like a larger pickup truck kind of thing, just like this flatbed with just built sides, like wooden fences or whatever, like just the sides of it, and then it would be tarped, like it's got these like rails for a tarp to go over it, but the tarps are down so you can see kind of like outside and the sky. And he closes the back hatch of this quote-unquote pickup bed, and you can see the like license plate of it spell out TH3W4Y, and you depart on the main road that follows the coast off of Junon as you look at the seas and the grassy hills. And with that, you are on your way.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Respect the Crits, Final Fantasy VII Memories of Midgar Disc 2. If you like what you heard, please consider supporting us by leaving us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts, or whatever platform you use. It's easy, free, and helps others learn about the show. Follow us for info, updates, and extra clips on our socials. We're on pretty much everything at Respect the Crit, or come be a part of our amazing community in our Discord. Artanis Rinn is played by Alex Herrera, who you can find at AE Herrera or on his Twitch channel, WadeWolf10. Jewel Stone is played by Jamie Lee-Bonés, who you can find at Jamie MF Bones. Elysia Valerius is played by Susan Spenader, who you can find at Suze Laluz. Ruby Weapon is played by me, your host, Ian Duncan, and you can find me at iDunks. Our Materia Keeper is Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes, who you can find at Xavier TD. The music in this episode is provided with license or permission by a variety of talented artists, whose info and credits can be found in the episode notes. Please support them by visiting their platforms to hear more of their work. The Everyday Heroes roleplay system is published by Evil Genius Games. And remember, whatever the system, miss or a hit, you always gotta respect the crit. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the live stream.
Wow.
jeez.
Going to Disneyland. Shit.
Glad we didn't go on foot.
Yeah, wow. Bad call, Alex, from 10 minutes ago. You dumb.
I mean, there was a time where
You
this
didn't
would
know.
have worked. If this was the campaign I planned, this was an option. You could have caught your own chocobos and stuff.
Again. Way to go, Alex,
were
from 8 months ago, you dumb.
I had to type it out, but I did
I
get
wrote it.
the way reference. Thank you,
Yeah,
Xavier.
I had to write it out too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it too.
I was like, I know this is something.
Say.
TH3WY.